Hello and welcome everyone into our Thursday Amplitude Studio stream. How's everybody doing today? We see a lot of you here in the chat. So welcome in. We got Capcan, Super Cookie, Dark Arrow, who has requested the color of death and blood today in memory of your dead soldiers from playing in this scenario.
Yes.
Which, speaking of,
maybe we should lock the door so that when everybody else leaves, he doesn't come in here and murder me.
Yeah, which, speaking of, we won't be playing the scenario today,
Yes.
but if you are interested in playing the newest scenario that we have available for you in Humankind, feel free to follow the link to our Games Together article about it.
And full disclosure, it's a challenge, intentionally. It's on highest difficulty, and the AI already has advantages over you. And yeah, the challenge is, surviving and catching up to them and then defeating them all. If you're just playing for yourself, you don't necessarily need to be independent at the end. You just need to win by fame. If you want to enter the leaderboard, though, you need to be independent. That's an additional condition.
I see.
And
Here,
that one is entirely my fault. So if you think it's too difficult, I'm the one to yell at. Seria's already started. We'll be doing that next week, though, because we figure last week we only got to the classical era or something.
I think we're Demorians. I'm gonna move the captions over here since the white on your shirt is messing with my eyeballs.
The endless dungeon logo.
The endless captions.
And since we only got to the classical, we figure we actually want to show off a bit more of the vanilla improvement project mod.
Yeah.
So we'll try to wrap that up today, or mostly wrap it up, and then next week and probably the week after, I don't think we'll finish it in one stream. The scenario, and then I will get to suffer my own cruelty.
Yes.
It's as the internet
Take your own medicine.
As the internet would say, "Oh no, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions."
Oh goodness. Kaifi, can you translate it into Ukrainian? Are you talking about Humankind? It is fairly vague in this context, so you're gonna have to be more specific. It is every citizen's final duty to go into the scenario and become one with Human King.
I think that might be a typo.
Humankind. Probably. Okay. Human King sounded cool though, you know?
The Human King.
The Human King.
That sounds like, some giant homunculus stitched together from human remains, given the quote.
The Rat King.
No, like the human Reaper in Mass Effect 2.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more along the lines of like the Rat King, which is like the body of rats all tied together at the tail.
Yeah, in this case, I guess more
Verb King better than Human King.
Yeah, more Frankensteinian stitched together.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Kaifi, are you talking about in the contemporary era?
Well, in whatever era, I don't think we can say anything about any cultures that will be in the game apart from the next 6 that we've announced.
I'm just asking, but but yeah, the answer is we can't say. Are the Twitch drops for Humankind still available, or will they be available again at some point? If they're not available today, we can always ask for them to be refreshed again.
They keep running out because there's a limit to how long they can run.
Yeah, Twitch campaigns by nature are meant to be short term, and the fact that we still have Twitch drops a year into this is kind of
stretching the limit of what they're supposed to be doing.
So, it takes time out of somebody's day to go in and set them all up again. But we'll ask and see if that can happen again for sure. If it's not on today, I feel like it's probably around time for it to be refreshed again. So
probably.
If it's not on, come back next Thursday. But yeah, so let's hop in there right now and we'll keep on chatting as we go along. If you want to pull up the screen, as long as you're clicked on it, we might even have a smooth transition. Just give it a little tap here. I want to see if we can get a smooth transition. But anyways, when is the new add-on being released? That is a great. Ooh, so smooth. No black screen. Let's go.
Yes. But also back off to calm you down. Don't feel bad about it, because you may say it's awesome. I say this is a whole afternoon of work. So it's not quick putting it on. Right. Trying to remember what we were actually doing.
Well, trying to destroy everyone, I think, was
Something
the
like
main
that.
thing.
What do they want?
Actually, I think you've been trading a lot.
Oh, they've sent us an alliance proposal. I think that's fine. We'll ally with one person so that we can deal with another.
Good. All right, let me answer some questions. The release date of the expansion is not revealed yet. The official word is that it's coming fall 2022. Hi guys. Yeah, I didn't read it as a question. No worries. But yeah, welcome into the stream. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but regardless, it's good having you here today. And yeah, unfortunately, we can't tell you the specific date right now. Our bosses want to keep it a little bit secret.
We were waiting for the stability.
We can get the pagoda. Our little.
Yes, true. Where should we best place it?
Golden pagoda.
How's our religion looking? Oh, actually, pretty good on this continent.
Heck yeah.
So I guess probably somewhere here, so it spreads over. This may be because there's land over here, so it might spread in this direction.
I like it.
So it should be in this territory.
And this is where we need the stability anyways, so.
Where do we
already
place
have
it
one
in this
pagoda
territory?
down there, don't we?
I think that's actually a stupa.
Is that a stupa? Ah, that's a stupa. Stupa and pagoda look kind of similar, not gonna lie.
I think they're both Buddhist structures, so.
So the Morians, they're in like classical Indian culture? Okay.
They're Chandragupta and Ashoka were Mauryan, I think.
Ashoka? Like Ahsoka Tana? Ashoka?
I think it's Ashoka. Might be Ahsoka. I don't remember for sure. I'm not an expert on Indian history, but
I'm sure the names in Star Wars are inspired from real life people.
But the Mauryans were spread Buddhism in India.
Okay, very cool. I love learning the history of things since I'm not a history buff myself. But I'm kind of working out my history muscles.
Put it here.
It looks pretty.
And we're far away from this region.
It's got really good industry.
Nice industry area though. So I'm
I mean, that little one spot right there on the beach is nice.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, didn't we have something that is like on adjacent homes?
Oh yeah.
No, there's a religious district. Oh wait.
It counts as a religious district, doesn't it?
It should count as a religious district. But I mean, we can see.
Don't know.
We can just check if we go here and. Oh no, it doesn't give us the preview. It's not listed here, but it is specifically listed here, I think.
We'll have to think about that. Are there any patch updates for Mac users coming with this expansion? That is a great question, Antone. I don't think.
I think there's anything Mac specific. At least I don't recall anything Mac specific. But obviously there should be a patch so that it can actually read through like the Jira pages or everything. So I don't know everything that's in the. Even then, since we're still working on it, I wouldn't even be possible to know everything that's in the update because they might still fix other stuff that's not in the list yet. Right. Do I want to just slam the stupa here?
Does Endless Dungeon have dragons? Kmart, no, it doesn't. I don't. Well, is a dragon a dragon?
Yeah, the thing's. It's a question of how do you define a dragon?
Are we talking lizard?
I mean, then you'll get to the point. Is a dragon a lizard?
I don't know. Interestingly enough,
because
when I was reading, it was information about the three endless sub-factions that previously led into the endless. In some documentation that we had, it mentioned dinosaurs being in the ocean. And me, myself, I was like, dinosaur is a very specific term, and I learned this in like my
Yeah, it's like when they're in the ocean, they're probably not dinosaurs.
Well, and I mean, you could have had swimming dinosaurs, although rather unlikely since dinosaurs were specifically reptilian and not amphibious. But yeah, like whenever I was like, oh, dinosaurs this, dinosaurs that, the archaeology people would always be like, oh, no.
And the paleontology people, not the archaeology.
Oh, sorry,
people.
yeah, not archaeology.
if the archaeologists correct you on dinosaurs, then you must have screwed up real bad.
But you know what I mean, like sorry. They would tell me like, oh, no, dinosaurs are only from the Mesozoic, yeah, period, and it was only specific reptiles. Like, all the other things that we would think of as dinosaurs weren't actually dinosaurs. They were Palaptosauruses, which sounds like a dinosaur name, but they're technically like not dinosaurs. I don't know. But anyways, and so I was like, you know, are dinosaurs in the endless universe? Like, can we say that there's dinosaurs? Can we say that there's dragons? I don't know. Cause the thing is that, you know, humans aren't technically in the endless universe.
Yep.
It's technically humanoid species of aliens, and aliens in the sense of they're alien to us because we refer to things in the sense of how we know them. It's part of our ethnocentrism. Xenocentrism? I don't know. What is the correct term here? But yeah, essentially that. I'm not sure. The Star Wars DLC? Exactly. We're gonna have a new
what tenet?
We get a new tenet. Oof. Well, we kind of have the science thing going on. What is the bear not false witness?
2 science on research quarters. I think usually it's 5, so here it's changed to 2 in the mod, but also plus 2 science per researcher. Ooh, that makes our researchers a lot stronger. Give arms is still money on market quarters.
Mm-hmm.
We could lean into the science. I guess we want to lean into the science so we can get through the tech tree and show off all of the other stuff that might have changed.
I like it.
And I think we're doing fine on food. We don't need respect the seas bounties. So
we shall not bear false witness.
Let's science harder, not smarter, or something like that.
Exactly. Together we Raul.
Yeah, we roll.
Raul. Let's go. Penguins are the dinosaurs of the oceans. Penguins aren't descended from dinosaurs, though, I don't think. Well, I guess technically they do lay eggs, and they're kind of birds. And chickens are the closest thing we have to dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure
they're not just kind of birds. I'm pretty sure they are officially birds.
They're flightless birds. They're only kind of birds.
Hey, Sakana, are you in Jordanstown that penguins are birds?
Okay, chill. Not all birds are descended from dinosaurs, though. That's a very important caveat. All right, let me catch up with YouTube chat. This is Cyrillic writing of my name, Kirill Kalach. Love the Endless Universe very much since the original Endless Space. Waiting very much for a new expansion to Humankind. Will it be some kind of espionage in it? It's gonna have some of that. Yes.
Yeah, there's some sneakiness going on.
There's some stealthiness.
Oh, the other
thing gonna happen. Yes.
We've been putting off last stream. The culture choice.
Yes. Who should we be? Honestly, I like the Teutons. They're fun. With the knights. I like the knights. And we're kind of...
we should have looked at that first. Jason Holy side. That would have informed where we placed the pagoda.
Regardless, I think it's pretty strong, because the Teutonic Knight is people that don't follow your religion, you get...
But also, let's just...
Oh, wait, no, it's people that don't follow your religion, so maybe it's not good, actually.
Let's take a look at the Khmer, because those were probably changed, let's be honest.
What?
No, that is still pretty strong. But I don't think we have many rivers. Actually, we have a bunch of rivers here, but nothing here.
Memphis would be stuck.
Memphis would be great. Here and we only have like 2 places.
I don't know.
Everything is descended from dinosaurs and everything becomes crab, I guess.
We're all children of Charlemagne.
So yeah. Anyway, let's see the Byzantines. Okay, +2 money per district in all cities. That is very different indeed. More money per horses. Oh, oh, damn it.
Kmart, we did try the
Guard.
extended naval mod. Albert, 2-ton horses. You should check the changes. They're quite different.
On the 2 tons?
That's what Dr. Kane said, but I'm not sure what he was referring.
I think he's referring to all of them because this seems to be mostly still be the same. But yeah, this has changed, but I don't remember the exact effects. But definitely, this part definitely is new. But anyway, the Franks, 10% influence. Cheaper research quarters, also nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to more of these questions before it gets too far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly scroll through
You're
so
good.
chat can read it.
Yeah, chat. If you want one of these cultures, say it. We see Carthaginians. One person.
Wrong era. We're
Okay.
medieval.
Okay, wrong. I wasn't looking. I'm just trying to read chat and see what it says. Foki, so about your question, we're always going to be adding new cultures into the game as time goes on. And so it's definitely possible that we will add new cultures specifically for your question in the contemporary era. But we're not revealing any other cultures other than these 6 new cultures that are coming in the next expansion. As it gets closer to new DLCs, then we'll say what new cultures are coming as well. You're good. No worries, Kirill. Byzantine. Is that in this as well?
Byzantine is in the medieval.
Okay, good.
So I guess then we'll go for the Byzantine.
Kmart, my name is Jordan, and this is Stephanie. Hey, Arachnodork, welcome in.
So yeah, since somebody in chat asked for the Byzantines, let's go for the Byzantines.
Sweet. Money per horses.
Well, yes, there's some money per horses and for adjacent. How many horses?
Yeah, 4 is pretty good.
Well, we do have some horse here. We have another here, and we can actually build next to it. This one will be hard to get to. But I think this city doesn't have harbor. Yes.
Big brain, Stephanie.
Big brain. Sometimes I do big brain. Most of the time I do very small brain.
Small brain.
Because I play to relax, so I'm like, no, I don't want to think, just play.
For both of our aspirations.
Let's see. How are you doing, by the way, Chickamauga? Not sure if I'm saying that right. Hey, welcome in, Awalgaret.
Oh wait, I think this is.
Happy fall to you too.
What
It's sweater weather.
Always, I don't remember. Where the estates?
Can you change the culture's affinity in
The
modding?
modules? Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Gotta be honest, I've never played as the Byzantines, so I'm not sure.
Speaking of trading,
Kane, do you change the affinity of the Byzantines?
Sovereign.
I don't remember. I know there were either estates or merchants. I don't remember which one.
We've run out of money. Boo. But
Yeah,
we
but
are
we're
getting
making 200 something per turn.
That's
And also
pretty
we
good.
can claim a new wonder, I guess.
I'm gonna say maybe the Notre Dame if we're heading for technologies.
I mean it's faith per technology too.
Because the French are sciencey.
This might also be good if we're trading a lot.
That's true.
Influence
I know
per
that
trade route.
we did a lot of trading in my last playthrough, so I think you were saying like
Yeah, I think we want to be a bit more warlike this
a
time.
bit aggressive, but hey Foki, if you can translate that into English, that'd be great, since I do not speak I can't read Cyrillic personally. I see that it says DLC. That's about it for me.
Okay. 5 money per house? Oh, okay, that's why it says 50. It's the 25 from the adjacency, and it's just 26 base because we have so many horses.
Right, okay. Good times.
Because on top of the river is the ideal place to build a horse racetrack, right?
I mean, you could make 2 bridges, and it seems less good, but
Let me actually see.
those
how
hippos got a
many-
drone.
Yeah,
you know?
we get better adjacency to the stupa here, so I think actually because the difference is 1 point of
Yeah,
science
no. We'll get way more science from the.
from if we build a research board there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'll do this. Oh wait, we can build another one. Wait. Oh wait, actually this is 2 different territories.
Oh,
We can
build
double hippodrome.
many dromes, multodrome. I haven't changed the Byzantine affinity. It's merchant and vanilla too.
Ah, okay.
I went on a walk today and saw a lot of corvids, crows, jackdaws, and a lot of magpies. The magpies were dancing in the air, playing about. That's so cute.
But here, I don't think it was free placement before.
Can you free place the hippodrome?
Well, now we can, but I don't think it was before. So yeah, this does it count as a market?
Hey, Oscar Marquez, welcome into the stream. I've changed the merchant affinity. However, every culture pays influence per trade route. Merchant cultures gain extra influence, so the trade route cost becomes 0. Ah, very cool. So merchant cultures can trade for free.
But I'm thinking, with
well, not for free.
with us
but
building, a hippodrome on 2 tiles next to each other, that has very strong. Oh, there's 2 soccer teams in this city vibes. Where they hate each other.
it's Real Madrid and Barca. Foki, I don't have the ability to make subtitles in Ukrainian or Russian. I don't know of an application that can real time translate and put the captions. That'd be quite the feat of technology, really.
It would be, and also then it somehow needs to be displayed because these captions are baked into the video that we transmit, so we can't have multiple languages.
And also, if we do Russian and Ukrainian, then somebody's gonna want Spanish, and
then when we have Spanish, somebody's gonna want Catalan,
and somebody's gonna want Catalan because makes sense.
A proposal?
So I'm sorry that we can't accommodate everybody. Our hope is that English is the most universal language that we can stream in. So historical, accurate gaming, Romans to the Byzantines to the Ottomans. Well, not actually ethnical and cultural, but fair enough too. The fate of Constantinople, lol. Yeah, we could role play here, Kirill. You played Endless Space 2. It's real good. Honestly, Endless Space 2 is really good. I've enjoyed my time playing it.
What do I owe?
It's a horse obstacle course racetrack. Honestly, the river just adds extra difficulty. How do you use railroads in Humankind? I'm confused about them a bit. I'm not the best person to ask about this since I haven't spent too much time in the modern eras.
It's basically when you have train stations in adjacent areas. Let's pretend, for example, that these pyramids were train stations actually.
Okay.
It will create the tracks between them, and then if you move your army from here to there, will cost only 1 movement point, and you don't have to do anything. No buttons to click. It's just passes through here and just costs 1 movement point.
It looks like they're walking, but
It
it's
looks
not
like they're
taking-
walking, but they're actually taking the train. It's just that we don't have a specific animation for them taking the train.
Okay,
Things change.
good to know.
Even leaders-
So you gotta build a train station in both places.
Yes.
And it's an infrastructure.
No, it's a district.
It's a district, okay. Oh, you used to be in real risk of danger if you were wearing the wrong football team's merch in the wrong place in Krakow. Honestly, football and other sports are quite intense with the rivalries. I've never gotten that intense. How about we compromise and just add Catalan? Catalan, don't you mean the Carolon? Nope.
Every time before the release of that DLC, when I was like, I need to read up on this culture, and the Caroline. Google like, did you mean Catalan? No, Google,
Nope.
no, I did not.
Nope, we did not. I'm the type of person that only really likes very subtle branding. For example, my shirt right now, you can barely even tell, but it
That
is
is a Humankind shirt. Yes.
Humankind branded. It's got the Humankind cool looking tribal face, and then it says Humankind down here. But it's very difficult to see, especially on camera. You can sort of see the shiny black in the light if it shines. But yeah, I don't want to look like a billboard for, you know,
Yep.
a company or
Yeah,
something.
you know,
Or a team.
Because you don't want to look like a billboard for a company without getting paid for it.
Exactly. If I'm gonna do that, they better pay me, or I better
like
be
that
in love
scene,
with it.
like
you know?
that scene in The Simpsons where he has like the ads all over his bald
Oh, I
head,
haven't seen that.
and is actually getting paid for it. And he's like, "But Marge, I'm making so much money from it. Except this one. This is just a reminder." And it says, "Eat potatoes from Maine."
What?
Yeah, and he has like a sack of potatoes next to his bed, and
Goodness
just
gracious.
typical Homer Simpson.
Typical.
But yeah, this one is one of those. Where do I build it? No matter where I build it, it's 26 money.
I mean, hey, go for it. Anywhere's good then. Yeah, of course, Kmart. We're here to help.
I guess let's take a look at the infrastructures first, because there's probably something that's actually quite good. Oh yeah, that's 12th Street. That's not bad.
You think railroads and oil should be a lot more impactful than they are in the game, just based on the real world everything? I mean, oil is definitely very important in the global economy and infrastructures. I wonder how to implement that in a game mechanic, though. You know, how to make it more impactful without making an entirely new mechanic just for oil. You know, because currently it fits into the strategic resource category.
Yeah, but
and
it
so
could. There could probably be ways to
restrict things based on how much oil you have.
to do that, or to give it more bonuses the more you have, so you want to keep it.
Yeah,
Um,
I think with
I was looking
the
around,
trading mechanics in
think-
general, it could be made more
Yeah.
impactful
I
by
don't
changing
think there's
the way.
anywhere where
the
we
trade
can
works.
create a new extractor. So let's just use this ability somewhere to make a bunch of money.
Coffee.
400. Surely we can get better money from something.
500.
550? Better.
Do we really want to give money to the people that we want to fight, though?
That's what I'm mostly checking. I guess 415 is the best we are gonna get from our neighbors here.
Because we're friends with the. I forget who's the leader of the blue team.
I guess let's just, because that's money we can then invest to be like, okay, if we want to fight these guys, we can definitely trade with like these guys.
So nice to hear from you.
Oh, gold to make more money,
King Agamemnon.
and gemstone to make more money. And I guess not the industry resources. Oh, no, we got that. Oh, and of course the coffee.
Yes.
Very important.
Cafe.
Well.
Cafe.
Another
Alright, and we
empire
did
has
never
certainly
claim
left a mark on the world.
the
With
wonder.
this cultural
How do you like the
wonder.
idea to make the production of troops and military camps and the construction of buildings at the center of the city, as it is now in the game and implemented? Having like separate production sites depending on what you're producing. How would that look like in the production queue, though? I wonder. It might get a little bit complicated having multiple production sites.
Wait, we're already at the next.
We're converting the world. I think it's just population gain.
It's just, I think some of the areas over here finished converting.
I thought we had them, but
No, some of them were in progress when we started the stream.
oh, okay.
Well then, let's see.
I think it's a cool idea, Kaifi. I'm not sure how it would be implemented, though. When the intelligent people see it. Oh, about my shirt? it's so subtle. You have to.
So do we want to take the industry and
be
holy
the green.
sites? Or maybe this
Ooh.
one if we want to start some trouble.
Spend not your wealth on decadent feasts, but on the armies who keep you safe. I mean, a permanent 10%. I mean, we do want to start some trouble.
I mean, the 10% unit reduction is good, but I'm thinking mostly about the
movement speed.
movement speed, because movement speed is so valuable.
That's true. Getting places, and also repositioning your troops for
for better attacks.
better attacks, flanking, etc. Attacks is spelled attacks, not attacks. Weird. I don't know why it was thinking that it was spelled that way before.
So yeah, let's get some movement speed in case we start some trouble.
I only ride sandworms. You probably don't know them. They're pretty underground. But I just may give yields in the same way coal does. Coal gives boost per quarter. Maybe oil could give boost per population.
So let's.
What's the link between oil and population, though?
We do have one problem if we're trying to start trouble against them. We literally have no reason to start trouble against them.
That's a good point. Can we go fight them?
I mean, we could just declare the war, but they have way more war support than we do.
Yeah, well, we don't necessarily want to start
But
off.
I guess
we won't be able to take as much either.
We could just be like, let's break some treaties to start some trouble.
With insolent partners.
Yeah, I don't want to know what's going on over here.
I mean, we already have shared maps with a bunch of other people, so it's probably going to be fine.
Consumer goods, okay. Well, I mean, I get that.
But actually, let's ask these neighbors.
Check the contemporary continuous track tech.
Lovely. Impressive.
By it, I mean oil. Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
That makes
do you want to check the? Can you see the new text?
We can't see all
it
the way
doesn't
into
show
contemporary yet. Oh no, we can't see. But it's gonna be hard to read. Where is
continuous
the
track?
Ah, yeah.
Cracking.
But also, pollution. If you have a lot of oil, you're gonna have a lot of smog.
That's true. It's gonna get real oily up in there.
For both of our aspirations.
Oil is a massive production amplifier for food industry and economy and science. I feel like it makes sense as a general amplifier. I mean, I'm in full agreement. See, that's why we're we're playing this mod, Arachnidorg.
I'm kind of tempted to build it here because we're never gonna build into this valley.
Do it.
Well, I guess the question is, with our neighbors over here, where's our trade routes going through? Down here? Seriously, they're not buying anything from us?
Curses.
And with these neighbors? Oh, it's also all going through our capital, I guess.
I believe so, Dr. Kane. I think we have the procession bonus. Are we supposed to just be proceeding the whole time?
Yeah, we should be clicking the procession button all the time. Oh, not enough money. Need to do the next turn. But yeah, the 15% growth gain is gonna be very useful.
Gold bonus on holy sites per adjacent district. I don't know about that one.
No, we didn't take that. Oh no! Oh, we from the civic. Yes.
That's what it was.
So we should build it somewhere closer. Is it per any district or per specific district? Okay, it's any district. So yeah, then we should build it more centralized, and we shouldn't have built it out here. But I guess I can slap some farmers' quarters around there. But in that case, I guess
I'd always do with more people. Our population's not necessarily super high. Will there be anti-missile defense in the future for nuclear weapons? Seems to be an ultimate doomsday weapon. Pretty balanced, but still. That's a great question. I mean, most nuclear weapons aren't super defensible.
Zeus has been
I mean, I don't know anything for sure, but I've heard of ICBM defense systems, but I'm not sure how real that is.
Yes, there's been done a lot of research into this kind of thing, and one famous example was jokingly known as the lipstick rocket, because it was a small rocket the UK developed, and like the cap was like bright red, so it looked
Oh.
like a lipstick.
Yeah.
And that thing went like it launched, and then like 100 meters into the air, it was already at like Mach 1.5 or something. So it
Mhm.
just really go up super fast and try to hit the missile while it's still in the air, because of course if you actually setting off the nuke into a nuclear explosion, it requires specific circumstances, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on! I was just on the way down here to. But actually.
Yeah.
What do you want now?
Yes.
Yo!
These lands
Not
Damn it!
belong to us.
Did they give it
You
to
weren't supposed to give in.
you? I mean, we'll take it though.
I mean, this is actually not a great area, and I wanted only an outpost here for the resources, not an actual city. I guess they might be able to feed themselves like this.
Fine. We have 3 out of 4 cities. We're good. What's up, Caden? Hey, remember me? I'm the guy who always asks about console. Yes. Yes.
Still working on it.
It's coming. Jacob, we're not playing with the expansion yet, but we are playing with a mod currently. Don't detonating nukes midair create a giant EMP wave?
Well, no, that's the thing. If you detonated the nuke, as in you triggered the nuke, yes. If you blow up the nuke from the outside,
it disables it.
It doesn't,
basically.
You need to kind of. The nuke is like a multi-stage thing, and the first thing is like you create an explosion that condenses the nuclear material so it reaches critical mass. But if you rip apart the container, then you don't get that pressure for the critical mass, that kind of thing. I'm not an expert on nukes, but it's basically, yes, you can blow up a
Disable
nuclear
it.
weapon without it going nuclear.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. Agreed. Wait, the Byzantines conquering Damascus, is that a crusade?
Well, actually, we just said, hey, you're not supposed to be there, and they were like, okay. I guess, they saw those angry Vikings standing across the channel, and...
Is Damascus?
Yes.
Oh. The more you know. I'm learning. The Morian you know.
Plus 5 money on garrison. Maybe we should spam some garrisons.
You don't need money that bad.
We're only making 600 a turn. That's nothing
Paltry.
compared to our
It's
income last time.
It's pennies. I'm really questioning how on earth Stephanie knows so much about nukes. Yeah, I know you're gonna get it on a watch list. Yes,
I can tell you the answer in 2 words. Why I know so much about nukes. Scott Manley,
Scott Manley. Who's that?
the YouTuber who does like aerospace and stuff, and he did a long series about nuclear weapons.
Okay, cool. Good to know. I bet he's on a watch list.
I mean, he possibly is.
Just in case he goes rogue.
Just for doing all that research, he might be
Yeah.
on a watch list.
Hey, no need to spam in the chat, okay? Over there on YouTube, we will mute you if you spam, all right? Will there be a rider cavalry unit during the Renaissance era? The knights were replaced by those mounted pistoliers. Make them like glass cannons with range 1. A rider, a reader?
Oh,
Reiter?
Reiter? German word, Reiter.
During the Renaissance era.
I don't think so, because mostly because it's like a whole animation set for having them use pistols. If we give them rifles, maybe, because then we have the Cossacks and dragoons who already do that. Which technically actually is wrong, because I think actually dragoons only use the horses to get around and for fighting. They actually dismounted.
Okay. Reminds me of the time they dropped a nuke by accident over North Carolina.
I mean, there was also that time when they deliberately detonated a nuke high in the air with like 5 guys on the ground right underneath it.
Where?
The U.S.
I
the-
didn't know about this.
But the thing is, the
They
scientists.
didn't teach me this in history
No,
class.
the thing is, the scientists said they were perfectly safe, and yes, they were safe. They were far enough away, and it was so high up that because of the air layers, the fallout would be carried away, and those they lived until they were 90 or something like that. And it was a very small nuke. It was only an and I kid you not, only an anti-air nuke.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was a small nuclear
I
weapon
didn't know that was a
that
thing.
that was developed to be like, oh no, the Soviets are coming with an entire fleet of strategic bombers. Let's better just nuke them. That the
Interesting.
nuclear arms race was wild.
Yeah, I can imagine. Goodness, all major nuke powers did that, but yes, the U.S. did it too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the
I
US.
mean, you have to test nukes, but
the
I thought
US.
they did it in the desert.
Yes, and that was in the desert. And this one for the US is famous because it was literally a publicity stunt to show the population that no, us blowing up enemy aircraft in the air with nukes will not make you sick.
Interesting. Wow, the lengths they went to prove that. Dragoons use carbines with the range of 4. Riders need to hit and run like horse archers. But anyways, thanks for your attention. The game is awesome. Even surpasses Civ 5 Vox Populi. The pinnacle of
Ooh,
Civ.
that is high praise indeed. I've not played Vox Populi myself yet, but I've heard about it a lot.
The voice of the people. I know that. You know what I know that from? Watching Roll20.
Ah.
They had the what's it called? The Twilight Zone. No, what is it? That's not it. It's like their
Imagine,
New
if
York.
you will.
it's like their New York
Hail, sovereign.
modern D&D campaign that they did, where like New York's being taken over by the Umbra, I don't know, the dark dimension or something. I don't know.
I have
Has
virtually
anybody ever-
no idea about Critical Role, Dimension 20, and all of that.
Mm.
Because I just don't have enough time to watch all of it.
Yeah, I get
hear
that.
a lot about it, but just not enough time.
I was watching it as research for our
what
D&D campaign.
But you know what I'm excited about is actually remember the guest streamer we had a while ago for our 1-year anniversary, Cypher of Tier.
Oh yeah.
She's getting I think it's the 4th season now for her Afro-futurist RPG.
Very cool.
And the nice thing about that one is they have very short seasons. It's only like 6 or 8 episodes. So
Okay,
it's not this
20
a season
episodes long.
is 30 episodes and each episode is 4 to 5 hours. It's like, I could watch so many movies in that time.
That's true. I see. My thing is I actually listened to it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I considered listening to it while doing my painting, but there's also a bunch of podcasts I've been meaning to catch up on,
Yeah.
and
I will say,
too much media. Could the world please slow down for a moment?
nah, that's how they get paid.
No, I just need to stop time for a bit and catch up. It's only gonna take me like
situation.
it's only gonna take me like 100 years or something to catch up.
If you had the ability to go back and not go back in time, but essentially do a Hermione Granger where you're like double using your time, would you do it? But you experience both times, so you're experiencing twice as much life, but not aging. Essentially, you're aging half as fast.
Honestly, it probably would be exactly this situation where my primary self does the normal life and the secondary self is just catching up on all the media, reading all the books and everything, because that also minimizes the risk of causing problems.
Right.
If one of them is just at home the whole time. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
so
I have to imagine that the things we do in life are equal to the amount of time we have, right? We'll fill up all available time that we have.
Yeah, inevitably, because you
So,
can't skip it.
Even if you have, well, yeah, but I'm saying like even if you had double the time, you still wouldn't have time for things, because you can't do everything. Even if you have,
you can't do everything, but I could at least do a little more.
you could do twice as much. But
Because I mean, I'd say you could probably do more than twice as much in the free time, doing stuff that you want to do. Since because you don't
It's
your
dedicated.
clone doesn't have to be at work at the same time as you.
yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I think that in some ways all the depictions of people living longer than they're supposed to, or like, you know, elves in mystical books and things like that, they get bored. They're like, I've lived
Yeah,
for too long.
but at the same time, I think psychologically there's a lot of psychology going in there of we need to make ourselves feel good about our limited time.
Right.
Because in the
Well,
end,
meaning comes from the, you know,
yeah, but because you know,
fleeting nature of life.
but that's what we tell ourselves. But do we know for sure? Because we have never been able to try what it's like to live like
to
300
be
years.
immortal? Yeah, I don't know.
So how can we know for sure?
I mean, that's a good point. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I still can't make up my mind where to build the Notre Dame now that we've claimed it.
Good question.
Oh,
Did you know that Las Vegas used to be a tourist hotspot to watch nuke detonations? It's called the Up and Atom City. Win. Hey, games for you. Our game's going quite well. I would give it a B. A B out of 10.
B out of 10, yes. Perfect rating score. A perfect 5 out of 7.
Yeah. The cope, a rose's beauty doesn't come from the fact that it's going to die. The painted one is just as beautiful. I mean, you're talking about like a painted rose on like a canvas. I think there are different types of beauty. Can't there be multiple types of beauty? I have a suggestion.
No, there's
Build it
only
in
one.
Paris.
There's only one beauty. Horatio.
Horatio. Can we get some Horatio spam in the chat?
Didn't you just say that they shouldn't spam?
No, I know, but when you ask for it, it's okay. This is how streaming works. A B out of 10, exactly.
Yeah, you know the perfect 5 out of 7 might be dating me. Because you know, I think that meme is a couple of years old.
It's an old meme, but it still checks out. When the average lifespan went from 20-ish to 60-ish and above, very few people complained. That's another good point. Yeah.
You know, I was like, hey, let's just build some infrastructures in this city because I don't know where to build districts. And it's like, oh wait, they already have all the infrastructure because they had that technology when they founded it.
Oh, good, yeah.
This probably has like, yeah, it has 27 completed infrastructures. This thing has more infrastructures than any of our other cities.
Oh my gosh. It's a small one, but it's powerful. Will it be possible to loop public ceremonies in the game? In the late game, all the buildings are already built, and you have to return to the city every turn. That would be a nice quality of life thing to add. Some sort of like reoccurring public ceremony.
5 market
Just get 2 of them
should
instantly
provide
done.
with a number of pragmatic
I think maybe this is where we build some army to actually start some trouble. Oh, and then we're immediately out of population.
Why not add Phoenix fast breeding reactor plant as a world wonder?
Are you interested?
That's a brand new way to implement nuclear fuel cycle using plutonium as nuclear fuel, the symbol of French nuclear success. I actually don't know anything about Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know much about that either.
Fast breeding. I feel like there's a translation error happening there because
No. Fast breed. That is a nuclear.
that's a
science
term? Okay, then I'm just dumb and I don't know anything about
No,
nuclear reactors.
I wouldn't say that not knowing nuclear reactors makes you dumb.
Well, I'm dumb in that regard.
It's a very specialized field.
I don't know everything. Hey, welcome back, Fairy. It is the M1 capability. So, Fairy, from my knowledge, no, you're totally fine. I mean, I figured you were still here since I could still at you. But yeah, from the beginning, the M1 chip hasn't been supported. On the page, the Steam page or whatever, it specifically said that it's just the X64. I don't know the chip. I'm not a wizard.
X86.
86, thank you. So we did offer for probably a couple months there refunds to people that had purchased it thinking that it was compatible with the M1. We apologize for that if there was any confusion. and we offered refunds for that. If you missed that window, we've asked if we could potentially, offer an extension to the window or something like that. But at this point, it's been so long that essentially the answer is no for that. M1 is not something that we're like set on never supporting, but we can't speak to any progress on that front. If at some point it does get supported, it'll be a happy surprise. But for now,
This emblematic unit certainly appears to be ready to leave their mark
we
on something.
can't offer anything, can't promise anything in regards to the M1. However, something that I didn't know is that on Epic Games, apparently, the M1 chip is working fairly well. I haven't used Epic Games very much in my life. I mostly went on there to get the free games. But apparently, I don't know if you're using Steam or Epic Games, but apparently Epic Games is working better with the M1 chip. So maybe that's something to look into if your only option to play the game is with the M1. Trust me, I feel for you. I wish that it was that easy, but there were a lot of issues during the early development with the fact that we didn't have access to M1 chips while we were developing the game.
I don't think they'll go down in history as
And so, that set everything back. And then obviously due to the life cycle of development teams, it just hasn't happened yet. I got told back then that I had to get a refund through Steam instead of the game there, but then they said no because I played it on the game on a laptop of a friend because I was dying to play it. Yeah, that's true. That Steam refused to give refunds to people. That's why
we were offering it through Sega support.
Yeah,
and we had an announcement about it on Steam and G2G.
Yeah, so there was a link towards a Sega page that essentially you'd get a direct refund from Sega, who essentially came directly out of their pocket, and not from Steam. But yeah, I totally get that. That's really frustrating. There's not much else that we can do when we post it on like an official communication channel if people don't see that. So yeah, it is an unfortunate situation, but our hands are kind of tied on that.
I keep trying to start trouble with our neighbors here, and
they don't want to fight.
They're not giving us excuses to fight.
Right.
I even just, I went ahead and was like, okay, let's do religious hostility. No, it seems they have already converted to VIPs, so we can't even demand that they convert to our religion. Probably can't demand it of our neighbors here. Should I have the Church of VIPs as state religion?
I really have never seen that. Also, never been sent that way when I was emailing around.
To what do I owe the
I don't know what to tell you, Fairy. Whenever anybody, I work on the socials, so whenever anybody would ask me, I would direct them that way. So I'm not sure who you were emailing, but if you were trying to email like the general email, then it's possible it just got lost in the fray, which is a sad thing. And it's not a like a great excuse, but like Steam is your main contact. Yeah, one thing that I can say is that in the future, if you have questions like this, Games Together is our community platform, and that's where you're gonna see announcements. That's where you're gonna be able to comment on certain things, get answers from people in the community, from the developers themselves. So I don't know if you're on Games Together, but it's a good place to be. You think it's still worth contacting Sega? From what we've been told,
at this point it's
no...
too late because it ran for like half a year, 8 months, something like that. It ran for a long time.
So yeah, I mean, I even offer up my Twitter account as a way to get in contact with somebody, because even though maybe our designers don't have time to answer messages all the time, every time, I will always be checking my DMs to see if anybody needs help. And if I can't answer your question, I can always ask somebody that does, since I have contact with people inside the company. So feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I know that it's maybe too late for this thing, but if there's anything else in the future that you need to get a hold of somebody, and this goes for anybody else that's in the stream, feel free. Y'all know you can hit me up. When will Humankind and its DLCs be available for purchase in Russia? I own a basic game in the African Culture Pack, but I do miss the Latin Americas as well as the coming expansion. That is a question I can't answer.
Yeah, we can't answer.
I don't know.
That's out of our hands.
That's like way so many levels above our head. As soon as we know, we'll tell you. We'll announce it.
Oh yeah, this is quite nice. Yeah, we get 12 money on our holy site here.
Ooh, nice. Dr. Kane's saying maybe you can break the open borders so their troops give you the trespass grievance.
Oh, true. We still have open borders with them.
Bait them in and then break the treaty.
The time for
Also-
compromise with insolent partners is over.
They're like, what is happening? Why are you why are you breaking all the
how,
treaties?
How quickly are we growing?
Well,
here we need to
we only have one person in food though. I saw the game released on PS5. Will be released on PS5. Could I ask for a change of platform? No, I didn't follow any blogs or anything. You guys are great though. Thanks for explaining everything. What would your Twitter be? It's Jordan Merrill, with a 0 instead of an O in Jordan. And yeah, of course. I mean, you know that us in the community, we feel for the community the most out of anybody in the company. You know, we are living, breathing in the community, reading your feedback. When you have concerns, when you have complaints or whatever, we're the ones that read them. Obviously, Sergio as well, included in that. So believe us when we say we feel for you, and the situation with the M1 is not ideal.
We're not pleased by that situation.
And know that we are doing everything that we can as your community managers to tell people in the company, you know, how you all are doing.
No, unfortunately, we're at that point where it's just like everything.
Buy all the things. We would take every infrastructure you have. Thank you very much. Yeah. Here, let me.
Do you have a button for you?
I do, but their fairy is on,
it's on YouTube.
YouTube doesn't have commands that I can just boop. Jordan, like the country, but with a 0. Merrill, kind of like it is in the captions, but with an I.
I offer an
Merrill.
Even if it's not yours, you should listen to this.
Must I accept every vulgar proposition that comes?
What are you guys' forum handles on Games Together out of curiosity? I think mine is just
cultural wonder that
Jordan,
makes me want to pull out my toy blocks and go crazy.
Well, I wouldn't know about yours, but mine is just the Cat o' Nine Tails with
yours is Cat o'
dashes.
Nine Tails.
But Tails written with AI, not ALE, because puns.
Ah, I get it. I didn't actually catch on to that before.
Sadly, we no longer have the Wimpy Moon on Slack.
Did y'all used to use Slack before you used Teams?
Yes.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But that's been.
I use Slack for Pokemon Go.
That's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, we had custom emotes there, and we no longer have them. And you know, many people were very sad about the custom emotes disappearing.
Even the GIF generator, or not generator, but GIF engine on Teams is kind of lackluster.
Yeah, so often it's like, oh, I want to use this GIF. It's not in here.
Yeah.
And then
like,
you try to just.
They could have just used Tenor.
And then you try to embed it from somewhere else, and then it doesn't properly load it as a preview or something. And when people have to click on the link, it kind of loses the effect.
Yeah. Yeah. On Games Together, it's just Jordan Merrill. I'm the Dust Man. And my image is Ken from Dungeon of the Endless, because Ken is Bay.
Kind of delaying tactics here. Stand one guy here, he gets hit twice, switch him out, he gets hit twice.
It's the bait and switch. It's almost as if someone was paying her to do it. Arachnidork was realizing that you're quite active in the forums.
Yes.
I mean, it is your job, but you know, it's also
it's
it
part
also
of my
comes
job.
from your passion.
It's part of my job
of interacting with the community.
But yes, also yes.
like you realize that we wouldn't have sought out these jobs if we didn't enjoy
Exactly.
what we do.
Exactly. That's kind of the point. But yeah.
Heck yeah, Fairy, let's go. I'll check for it after the stream. By the way, our quality setting for Humankind wasn't on Fantastic. So I've readjusted it, and
good.
So hopefully that should help. Saboteur. I gotta say,
I mean, mostly I was just trying to
I'm
get
pretty
these
pumped
guys
for the
over here.
The expansion. I was playing a little bit today on the development build, and I gotta say, some of the things I saw, I was kind of like, oh, like, you know how
there's some stuff in there that could be very fun, especially in multiplayer.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because you know, like how actually I was watching Jumbo Pixel's video about it's kind of like a 1-year retrospective as a player.
They're gonna kill themselves on our dudes with scythes.
Heck yeah, little peasants. So Jumbo Pixel was made a video about, like, is Humankind better after a year? Which obviously the answer is yes. But he took the opportunity to go into detail about, like, what he feels like is better, and from like a player perspective, and not just like, hey, here's features and things that we've changed. And why was I mentioning this? I was talking about,
because you were talking about
yeah.
I've tried some stuff.
He explained it really well, that the different DLCs have added certain features and certain mechanics into the game, or different ways to play, because of, you know, like the healer unit introduced, you know, various different parts of that. And I think that in the expansion, there's going to be things that are going to be added that are going to add even more fun ways to play, which I think is really cool, because even if we're not, you know, necessarily adding huge game systems, which we are obviously with the expansion, but there will be changes in addition to those game systems that will also change and add more fun ways to play, which I'm into that, because I like weird strategies, you know?
Yeah, we lost 2 peasants against 3 great swordsmen. I think that was
that's a W.
Yeah, that was a reason. Did go reasonably well.
All hail Jumbo Pixel. But, I mean, honestly though, kid's amazing. No worries, I really appreciate this, because I have tried so many times but apparently in the wrong direction, so finally being heard after so long is already very nice. Honestly, Fairy, it's crazy. You know, my job here, I'm technically the streaming specialist and the social media manager. And so, I mean, even though I've done my best to keep track of all of the potential messages on social media and everything, it's literally crazy how many accounts we technically have as a company.
Yes.
Like, across all the platforms, we have multiple accounts for Endless Universe, Humankind, Amplitude Studios, and each one of those accounts, you know, if somebody sends us a message, it doesn't immediately just come in, it comes in as a message request. And like, trying to do all the things is like just like so much time, and so sometimes I just get overwhelmed and I don't have time to do everything, so it's sometimes like a week before I see a message. It's just, and then, you know, sometimes like I don't have anything that I can answer somebody, which is frustrating, because either either, you know, I'm not allowed to say anything, or
we just don't know.
Or we just don't know, and so, you know. It's a crazy world.
Finally got that last star I wanted, and it took so long to get over here that now we're close to the...
I mean, it'd be a shame not to get the next...
It's one turn.
Yeah.
Literally. But we can already take a quick look at who do we take after. Because, you know, of course, in the meantime, everybody has advanced.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Can imagine, but you guys try and do the best you can. I mean, we do. I can say that confidently, that we do the best we can, even if that means that we sometimes aren't able to do everything. So, but I'm happy that you made it here in the stream today, and we were able to have a chat. That's awesome. By the way, the Saboteur has a new effect when compared with vanilla. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that in a moment. Just going through the culture series.
Take care, Bachhoffel, by the way.
And letting chat
Good to see you.
it so that they can suggest who we play while we finish the turn.
Critical, hit us with it. Hey, Arcalis, how are you doing today? Welcome into the stream.
I mean, the Venetians are probably not the best if we want to start trouble.
Yeah, I know, but we're already making so much money. Can you imagine?
Sweet, charging the tourists.
Yeah. Come visit Venice. Can allies join a battle? Critical, are you talking about currently in the game or in the expansion?
Yeah, I was about to say, you know how I always say yes, but actually no, in this case, no, but actually yes, in the future. But it's, you're not controlling the units when you join your allies battle, you're giving control to your ally. Because, you know, letting multiple generals be charged and be in charge of one battle is a recipe for a horrible mess.
Yeah. I came in late, but how's your border situation? Matters a lot for early modern, in my opinion. Colin, that's a great question.
Well, we are desperately trying to start trouble with these guys, but we're just not getting any good grievances against them.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well start a surprise war at this point. If it's not happening.
But if we're starting a surprise war, I want our armies to be ready to strike.
All right, let's get it. We already have like the
15 makers
extra experience stuff, right?
At this
The
rate,
infrastructure is like
we just need a bunch of...
into an automaton.
Actually, we really need a bunch of units because we're not getting enough food anymore.
Also, why is our stability tanking so hard?
I think we lost a lot of trade with these guys, possibly.
Okay.
And also, I cranked out a bunch of districts.
Oof.
But it's gonna be fine.
Mm.
Worst case, you know, we replace one of these, get 23 influence.
X3 fight. Hi, I'm French, so speak slowly to answer, please. Of course. How are you? The only way to win is war? No.
It's just that last stream we did a very peaceful trading game with insane income. So this time we wanted to do a more aggressive.
Yeah, we like to mix up our strategies, and so today we're trying to start some fights.
I see the 15% combat bonus when ran. So they're very good at burning stuff down, as you would expect of a saboteur.
A saboteur. Very on brand. But yeah, fight. I'm doing well. I'm having a good day. Got a nice, delicious kebab for lunch. It was good times. But yeah, the game has various win conditions that you can toggle on or off. And so you can basically play how you want to play, depending on the win conditions. If you want to have it be a fight to the death, you can. If you don't, you don't have to.
Let's see if we can lure them into that tile and hit them from multiple directions.
Well, that's true. We could actually pick a militarist culture so that we trend up to 80 so we don't have to surprise them, which would probably be quite smart.
Smart play on this stream?
Smart play? What? Not us. Couldn't be. Yesterday I was playing with a friend, the two of us versus an AI. I couldn't even enter the battle. That's the issue.
Yeah, it's not in yet.
It's not in the game currently, but there's an expansion coming to the game that is going to rework a lot of the systems. And so,
oh man, they have
systems.
more reinforcements than I expected.
There will also be a free update along with the expansion as well. Just take their stuff and they can decide if they're mad. Do an expansion. That could work, Colin. Of course, fight. You know, I consistently am trying to get people to do French language streams for the channel. Our video producer for the company, he has a little bit of experience with streaming, and so I try and get him to do some streams, but they're very busy, so sometimes it's a struggle to get that to happen. But yes, we're working on having a French stream, all French language, and then we just recently had our first ever Spanish language stream. Si hay algunos españoles aquí.
And excellent.
No worries, Arcalis, welcome in.
No units lost. 4 kills, so we got a military.
Heck
excellent.
Yeah. Welcome in, Green Armor. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's ready for the weekend.
I'm always ready for the weekend.
You're ready for the weekend? I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend. I think I'm probably gonna be playing video games.
This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Like, I need a clone of myself to live parallel so I can do the relaxing stuff
while still accomplishing things.
While still accomplishing because a lot of times, honestly, my weekend is like, oh, there are all these non-urgent chores that I haven't been doing during the week because, you know, I'm tired when I get back from work, and so now it's like, oh, I need to do all of these things.
Fair enough. I'm gonna just check something really quick, but you're gonna have things disappear. Will you hit Task Manager real quick? That's kind of what I thought.
Yep.
I assume that if we drag this, maybe drag it over here, if you could, and then feel free to open up the game again.
Can you read it like that?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just want to keep an eye on some things.
By the way, if you need the task manager, I think Control-Shift-Escape brings it up directly.
Control-Shift-Escape. Ah, I didn't know this.
See, our streams are, as always, educational.
Educational, exactly. Oh, gotcha. I'll get that expansion for sure. Heck yeah, critical. It's gonna add a lot more than just third-party battles.
To be clear, being able to reinforce your ally is not a paid feature. That's in the free update.
I mentioned this, but
just to be clear for everybody.
Yeah, there will be let's go over this actually. There will be a free update coming alongside the expansion to Humankind that will come with various improvements, bug fixes, things. You know, well, I don't. Have we said exactly what's coming with it?
Well, yeah, we have said.
I was like,
it will have.
Before it will
have the third-party reinforcements.
Yep.
It will have the reworked stealth because right now the stealth is, as we have seen here, you know, you're invisible unless there's somebody next to you, which is very binary. And there's stuff like, well, I can't show it here because I'm pretty sure the vanilla improvement mod replaced all those bonuses because they're not very good. But some districts have like detection range, like garrisons.
Garrisons, yeah.
But that's very binary, and so that's gonna get a rework, so it's more gradual. And also the independent people are gonna get some big changes.
There will be some big changes to the way that you interact with the independent people for sure. But yeah. What was I gonna say?
Well, we were talking about the DLC.
Yes.
All right, and also the culture. I guess they suggested we take a militarist.
Yeah.
So I guess the Winged Hussars arrived.
Oh no.
Because that's the only militarist here.
Or an expansionist culture to just rob them of their lands. Either way, we could inquisit them. Let me catch up with chat. All right. I bet that you bring enough baguettes to the stream room. You can lure colleagues to make a French stream. No, people are straight up afraid of being on stream. And you all are an amazing community, so they have nothing to be afraid of.
They're worried about being on stream because they always say, oh no, my English is not good enough, my English is not good enough. And then you talk to them in English and they have like a little bit of an accent, so you can tell they're French.
Je ne parle français très bien. Désolé. Très mauvais. Yeah. The week is just preparation for the weekend, honestly, though. Ottomans could be good, somebody says.
Yeah,
Julie.
I haven't played them in a while, but
good old Julie. How you doing today, Julie? Catalan stream win? Molbe, Arachnodork, Molbe. Nous faisons... No, wait, no, is that Portuguese? No, that's French. What language am I speaking? What is language?
What is words?
They didn't call him the Great.
Well, honestly, French and Portuguese sound pretty similar, and Catalan is kind of like Spanish and French mixed, so it's all sort of in the same family.
You know, that sounds like the kind of sentence that will make the Spanish,
Enemies.
the French, and the Catalans mad at you.
They're all the same. You guys you aren't original. You could basically make one language out of all of them. I'm switching from YouTube to Twitch because I hear you call me by my real name slightly. Caught me out. But yeah, if you have a military, but oh yeah. No worries. YouTube is a bit weird when your YouTube account is just your name, and then you're like, oh, people can see that when I'm talking in streams. I use my real name because I don't give a.
I think them peaceful independent people here are a bit mad that we smashed them.
No.
It's gonna be fine.
Let me catch up with Che here real quick. Excited about Endless Dungeon? Heck yeah, green armor. I can't wait to say more about it. I can't wait to share more about it. More cultures, Snuff King? Yes, more cultures will be in the expansion as well. So it's kind of like everything that a normal DLC has, plus more. Or you could even say plus ultra, if you're into anime. Pas nécessairement si tu montres les dents sans les utiliser. C'était plus on dessous des plus dents. Wow, that's more French than I can understand.
Yeah,
actually.
I was about to say that's more French than I can into.
If you show your teeth, not necessarily. If you show your teeth without using them, you can dissuade them. Or more one? Plus d'un. I don't know what that means. Plus is more, dune is of one, but more of one doesn't make sense as a direct translation, so sounds like heresy.
Let's see if we can survive this battle, but we lost a lot of dudes here.
I made Dr. Kane mad. Wait, you're Portuguese, Dr. Kane? Wait, no, I knew that actually because of your name is your actual name, not Dr. Kane.
I think they're not Portuguese, but they speak Portuguese.
Brazilian. You're Brazilian? Portuguese speaker. See, that would make them mad too as well if you said a Brazilian was Portuguese because they speak Portuguese. I'm not trying to make anybody mad. I'm just trying to talk, okay?
Jordan is always here with these super hot takes.
Yeah, pasta and noodles, Asian noodles, are the same thing.
Ooh.
It's all just pasta. They call it noodles because they want to be different. Or actually, no, I think pasta is not called noodles just because they want to be different. It's a type of noodle. Pasta's just a type of noodle. I feel like the safest thing you can say is that they're all Romance languages and then stop there. They're all Latin based. I knew that when I said the thing about pasta, people would be up in arms.
I mean, it's a good way to distract them from the hot takes on languages.
Yeah, seriously. Don't think about the languages thing. Think about pasta. What's up, Hansor? Welcome in. How exactly will third-party reinforcements work? Will they introduce multilateral and co-belligerent battles, or will these reinforcements be controlled by the players who had started the battle? Yes.
The latter.
The
Yes.
last thing you said. You'll essentially loan them your troops, and pray that they don't destroy them first. I mean, assuming that you're in an alliance with them, they'll probably take care of your troops.
Of course, you know, if your friends are a sneaky bunch, you might want to be careful about lending them your
I think it'll
troops.
make it even more interesting for multiplayer games. Julie's doing good, thanks. Been playing a lot of this game with friends and can't wait for the expansion to bring more chaos. Chaos reigns. Exactly, Julie, I love it. Battles between AI are auto-resolved, so there is no time to react and send in aid to an AI ally in time.
I'm pretty sure they did some work on that, but I don't know exactly what they
Yeah, the AI team has had to figure out some things regarding the new additions, so we'll have to see how that works out. I'm not privy to exactly how that is right now, so. We don't speak Spanish. Oh, I didn't say that you spoke Spanish, Hansor. I was saying it would be inflammatory to say to make the mistake of calling a Brazilian person Portuguese just because they speak the language. Is Brazilian Portuguese and Portuguese different enough to be called different languages? No, right? They're just dialects. Or even are they not dialects? Or they just...
No, there aren't technically dialects. Yes.
It's not just an accent.
Linguistically speaking.
Right. It's not just an accent.
No, it's not just an
different.
accent. It's there's like different words and
like British English and American English are dialects.
Yes, because you also have different words. Like
the lorries and the boots.
It's like
lifts.
it's when you ask for pants, you get very different things in the UK and in the US.
Only your friends
What's
know
pants in
of
the UK?
extensive wine
The
cellar.
underpants.
Oh, underwear.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because the normal pants are trousers.
Yeah, I guess.
Most British people would understand pants these days, I guess, because of the US movie industry.
The
It's
globalization.
way more embarrassing, of course, if you're asking about a rubber.
A robber.
A rubber with a U.
Oh, a rubber.
Because in one country they'll hand you an eraser.
The other
In another country they will
Hand you a condom.
hand you something completely different. Yes.
I love how the captions just say rubber, rubber, rubber. How many times did we say it?
It has lost all meaning.
Rubber, 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 rubber,
At the
rubber.
moment, the legend you are creating makes you quite a challenger.
Well, the actual origin of Italian pasta is Asian noodles. Did they do it first then? That makes sense. Time to cancel Amplitude for that take. What if we think more about what you can tell us about the dev build? Nah, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I was just doing some recordings because we're gonna redo some of the tutorials. Because obviously some of them will be irrelevant, and then we'll need some new ones. So I'm working on that a little bit. Commander Masher says, no, I'm from Italy. Our pasta is completely different. We have traditions around it, and we have 200 plus types of it. Sure, yeah, but what's really different about it? Isn't it just like some type of flour, whether it be rice flour or, in your case, wheat flour, mixed with water and maybe an egg and a little bit of oil maybe? Or is that how you make bread and not pasta? You don't do oil in pasta, right? It's just flour and an egg and...
That is beyond my knowledge.
How do you make pasta, please?
He has hot takes about pasta and has no idea about what it is. Hashtag Amplitude streams.
Hey, Last Shadows, welcome in. Twitch drops unfortunately didn't get renewed in time this week. They last for about a month and then we have to renew them, so we'll get them up for next week though. Stop by next week at 6 p.m. on Thursday.
We need better boats to cross here. I think I might need to build a harbor here or something as a makeshift bridge.
Yeah, European French and Quebecois French, very different. I've heard them both now, and they're quite crazy different.
Aha! Finally. Oh. This is actually...
we're discussing the differences between Spain Spanish and other Spanishes. Yeah. Humo y jugo.
This is actually a quite bad battle here. They actually brought a stronger army than we have.
Ooh, they have Haras. The Haras. We need some pikemen.
Yeah, but
they have reinforcements. Dang.
Well, those reinforcements we can maybe...
Welcome in, Arador. Oh no, that's something my Mexican friend straightened out real quick. I think that's one of the first ones that you learn not to say in Central and South America. By the way, it would not be an Amplitude stream if we didn't end up talking about food. Yeah, we had to do it. It was part of the contract, I think. Of course, yeah, we're happy to be here.
Yeah, this is gonna go bad for us. But hey, at least it gives us a grievance.
So much harassment in that battle.
I'm pretty sure that's where the word comes from.
Really?
Because
you say that so confidently. How do you know?
Because this is what they did.
Because language is derived from history.
Yes, pretty much.
Is that what we're saying? Okay.
Language is derived from use, and if you get constantly attacked on your crusade, and then you eventually, in frustration, ask the locals, what do we even call these guys? And they're like, Alaras. Then you're like, yeah, okay, they're harassing us.
I can see it. I can dig that. By the way, in the mod, they can attack and move afterwards, so they can harass you better. Oh, so they're basically like Hunic hordes? That's oof. That's a big oof. Ooh, a little bit of high ground action. What was that troop that we one-shot, though?
That was like a classic Lara, dude, so
Oh,
that was
dang it.
way outdated.
Dang
Most
it.
of these are like, ooh, not great for us. They really hit us hard already.
With Couriers de Bois as an emblematic unit and a river fort as an emblematic corridor, and the Canadians as a contemporary culture. Add La Nouvelle France as an early modern culture. La Nouvelle France? Are we talking about Canadian France? There's so many potential cultures that you could add, you know? It's just, there's way too many. Oh, so somebody made that map though of the world based off of like with colors of the cultures through the eras that we have in Humankind. That was super cool. They should slap that on Data is Beautiful, the subreddit. Meaning is derived from use. Hell yeah. W's for Wittgenstein. What is Wittgenstein?
The philosopher. And I think he probably said something like that.
In English, harass is actually from a hunting term. It goes back to setting a dog on something like a hare. Yeah, the hare ass. I get it.
But yeah, this is the kind of thing where it could come from many things. Like the harass thing sounds logical, but you know we'd have to get a etymology dictionary.
Yeah,
to really
yeah.
be sure.
Wait, they have dictionaries that like talk about etymology?
Yep.
How long is that? That's got to be a long.
I mean, these days they're mostly digital because before
That's
it was
fair.
like entire shelves.
Speaking of big dictionaries, my family had an unabridged dictionary that we never used unless we were like trying to be silly during Scrabble gameplay.
So you would you say that playing an unusual word had big dictionary energy?
This is the most questionable stream I think we've had.
more than last time when you were talking
Okay.
about the people getting shrimpy in the fountain.
That's true. Last Thursday's stream was pretty litty spaghetti too. Gosh, I don't know. That's a great question. But anyway. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I think I derailed your train of thought.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Oh yeah, we used it as, so we had this high chair that was from when we were kids, but then my mom would put the dictionary on top of the high chair so that we'd be at the right height for haircuts, because it was that big. It was probably like, I don't know, close to like 6 to 8 inches like big. Like it was, you know, it was as big as my face probably. But yeah, that dictionary had words that I'd never even heard. Well, it doesn't take an abridged one to find words that I've never heard, but you know what I mean. Like they were words that like you don't think would exist, you know.
Yep.
But anyways, La Nouvelle France is Quebec. Okay, got it. Good. Thank you for clearing that up. Oh gosh, we're in need of a maple syrup here. To be honest, I don't like syrup de Bordeaux that much. I'd rather have honey 10 times out of 10.
I think actually we did reasonably well, given that they outnumbered us 2-1.
I mean, yeah, we only lost 4 war support. That's pretty decent.
Also, we had the low ground.
Fair point. Fair point.
But obviously, that means now we need to crank out a couple more units here.
Should we make some spearmen? Do we have spearmen? Is that going to be relatively...
Well, the question is, the spearman is like +8.
Oh, we don't have...
So that's 39. These dudes are still gonna be stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we couldn't retreat, because of the honor code. But it's fine.
It's fine. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I forgot to select this place. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. No, it's all good.
We'll be all out of population in this place, but at least we'll have an army.
Everybody went off to go fight in a war. I've never heard of Syrup de Bordeaux. Charope? That was a cool map. Somebody even did a 3D-ish globe map of one of their games too. Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
I remember seeing that. That one was really cool too. Yes.
That's super cool. According to Wikipedia, Ludwig Joseph Johann Wittgenstein. I feel like I pronounced that actually well, but I don't know. Was an Austrian-British philosopher who... Oh, not German. But it says German. I don't know.
Well, as an Austrian, he would probably speak German.
Ah, well, that makes sense. Who worked primarily in logic, the philosophy of mathematics, the philosophy of mind, and the philosophy of language. He is considered by some to be the greatest philosopher of the 20th century. Didn't know that. Liechtenstein was also a small country in the middle of Europe.
Yeah, a slight difference between Wittgenstein and Liechtenstein.
Wittgenstein. Okay, fair enough. I've heard of Liechtenstein from Disney movies, maybe? From Princess Diaries, maybe? I don't know. I feel like there's a movie that mentions Liechtenstein.
Probably. I mean, it's kind of infamous for what it is.
Yeah.
Being, this tiny little valley with like one city in it, being its independent county.
Wait, who's polluting? Is that like an event? Surely no one is industrial yet. King Midas. 5.
Plus 1 per turn. I don't know where that's coming from. Plus 1?
Midas is
well, there's a bunch of dudes around here.
Holy Hannah! How can we still see their maps? I thought we revoked their rights.
Yes,
You
but
have my ear.
they
War
actually
time.
declared war on us at some point. Completely missed that. Are they at war with anybody else? They're in alliance with.
King Midas as well.
Hey, yo, Midas.
Apologies.
Did he say no?
No, he didn't answer yet. So,
Okay.
but what we really need is this technology for more gun.
Bigger gun, more gun.
So let's see how many people can we drag
Have we
over
researched
into
saltpeter
science.
exploitation yet?
Well, that's the same tech.
Oh, okay. Our stability is going to the butts.
Yeah, because the trade being interrupted now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a relatively easy fix. Just have one of these in here somewhere.
Slap it to replace a district?
I mean, I don't think we need the 10 food that originally. Yeah, sure. We only at class 7, but it's still a positive number, and the stability is more important.
If you add Nouvelle France in a future DLC, whatever his cost, I'll buy it. Well, I actually have all the actual ones, but still. Charope de Bordeaux is just maple syrup in Portuguese. Ah, does it taste the same? Well, assume if it's just the translation, right? I'm a molasses fan, not in place of honey, but if I had to pick one to have in my kitchen, I like molasses. Molasses is so good. It's such a weird thing not having molasses here in France. They don't have really brown sugar here either. They have like natural sugar. In the US, we add molasses to sugar to make it brown sugar, which has so much more flavor. It's so good. And then you can make ginger snaps with molasses. Oh my god. I want ginger snaps so badly now.
I thought ginger snaps is when you lose your temper. Sorry. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay if it comes from you. I accept it. No, there's lots of jokes to be made about why ginger snaps are my favorite cookie, and I accept it. I'm a ginger. It's okay. But yeah, molasses is super good. You can actually make molasses technically if the country that you live in sells cane, because all that molasses is just cane juice. You essentially just like grind it to get the juice out, and then you reduce the juice. You do a reduction, essentially just boil it for a heckin' long time until it gets really syrupy, and then molasses. But in France, they don't sell molasses and I also haven't found a place to get cane. I also don't know how I would necessarily get the juice out of the cane. I assume that there's a way to do it at home, but I don't know. I assume also that there's probably some, like, you know, market somewhere that's like not a traditional grocery store here that sells cane.
Probably.
I'm not sure where the French make their sugar out of.
You know, on
beets.
the one hand, I want to attack, but on the other hand, oh my god, there's so many dudes here.
How much money are they spending on units? Holy Hannah.
And there's even more dudes over here.
Also, oh my gosh.
This is why we need the ranged units, so we can just concentrate
Blast 'em.
fire.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're not in the quadratic phase of Lancaster's Law yet. Still linear phase.
Well, in the mod, there is a way to pollute in the early modern, but I'll let you discover how to do it on your own.
I mean, I've
Ooh.
already noticed some of the infrastructures now reducing stability when in exchange for industry. I have a bullet here. Yeah.
I like it.
You just.
Why de Bordeaux then? I know that Bordeaux was the name of a city, so why is this one in particular? I don't know. Maple suit trees are also known as Bordeaux somehow, and it sounds really similar to Bordeaux, but aren't the same. There's a certain flood you'd love to hear about. A molasses flood?
Yeah, there was. I think I don't remember when it was, but there was a molasses flood where like
What?
the factory or something, you know, had an accident and then just like the molasses rolled through the streets.
Like slowly.
Slowly.
It was a very slow
There's
flood.
literally volcanoes that have lava that flows faster than that molasses.
Mm-hmm. Didn't we just change that in the last update that crossbows have indirect fire now?
Well, all units can have better line of sight now. They don't have indirect fire, but it's easier to get line of sight.
Okay.
But the point is more that since these units replace infantry units, I think we may be able to upgrade our standing army to them.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't remember the upgrade paths.
Totally. I don't buy brown sugar. You can just add varying molasses to white sugar to get your lighter dark brown sugar as you need with no risk of drying it out. Oh yeah. I just wish you could buy molasses in France. It's kind of a bummer. They don't believe in flavor in their sugar.
More hot takes.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. The French are so good at so many things, right? Pastries, phenomenal. Bread, phenomenal. The fact that they don't have spice in their life, not phenomenal. The fact that they don't have like a lot of sugar options, not phenomenal. Like there's a lot of really pro things and there's a lot of really con things. Like the longer I've spent here in France, the more I realize that they're lacking in a lot of ways culinarily.
I would in some ways actually disagree about the bread.
You don't like baguettes?
No, I do like baguettes, but I'm lacking a bit of variety.
Oh, they are lacking, but see, that's another thing. They have really good white bread, like baguettes and stuff.
But it's very hard for me, unless I you know, specifically go to a reasonably large baker that's not just, you know, a tiny corner. Like in the supermarket, getting dark bread, almost impossible.
Yeah, definitely. Or even if it is like a darker looking bread, it's not actually like made.
Like when I'm used to being able to just go into the supermarket and buy rye flour or something to make dark bread myself at home. If I go here in the supermarket where I usually do my shopping, there's a dark bread mixture that's just a bit of spices you add to your wheat flour, and that's not a proper dark bread.
Right. Agreed.
There we go.
We have molasses here too. I can't even say what it's called. Mélasse in French. It was here since a very long time ago. My grandmother even has some Okay, but where do you buy it, Snuff King? Where do you buy the molasses here in France? Because I haven't seen it in the stores. And I shop at Carrefour and Auchan. Those are my stores I have next to me. Making molasses from cane root is not easy. My grandpa was one of the few people in the country who knew how, and it's an outdoor over a low fire type of thing. I mean, you can do it indoors. You just
Okay, they don't upgrade into the range
You probably
units.
could do it both ways. Also low enough yield that it's not worth doing it unless you make gallons. That's true. You do need a really big pot. They should change cross. Oh, sorry, I read that. According to Wikipedia again. Thanks, Dr. Kane. The Great Molasses Flood, also known as the Boston Molasses Disaster. That's a great name. Was a disaster that occurred on January 15th, 1919 in the North End neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts. A large storage tank filled with 2.3 million US gallons of molasses weighing approximately 13,000 short tons.
Because yes, there's like 6 different kinds of tons, of course.
Wait, really? A ton is 2,000 pounds. So a short ton
is I don't know how
well,
much.
that doesn't make any sense. It says 12,000 tons, or 13,000 short tons. That's not a very easy mathable
Yeah,
conversion.
no. The tons is weird. It's like a metric ton is 1,000 kilo.
Oh,
And then you have the American
yeah.
ton, which is 2,000 pounds. And then you have the short tons and the long tons, and
That's a ton of tons.
Yes.
Burst, and the resultant wave of molasses rushed through the streets at an estimated 35 miles an hour, killing 21 and injuring.
Oh yeah, if it burst, then yeah, it was definitely.
I mean,
quicker.
if there's enough weight behind it, I suppose.
If there's enough weight, and also it was probably under pressure when it's described as bursting.
Yeah. I don't think so, but at the same time, it would not surprise me if some maple syrup was involved with the ones made in my province.
I mean,
Canada, so.
for the maple syrup, of course, there's also the what was it called? The Great Maple Syrup Heist.
Heist?
Where
People stole maple syrup?
yeah, from the
We've had a battle at this exact same spot before.
yeah, from
last week.
from the Strategic Maple Syrup Reserve. Yes, that is a real thing.
The Canadian, the Great Canadian Vault of maple syrup.
They literally have a great vault of maple syrup.
Yeah, I mean,
and somehow somebody managed to steal multiple tons of the stuff, and it's like, how do you do that without anybody noticing?
also you need a big truck for that. Spiceless behavior. Is this a maidenless joke?
Now I'm thinking, if this were.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yes, Siri, we know that you don't understand humor. But no, I was about to say, so if this were the Dune universe, the French would never rise to power because they don't understand the spice.
I guess. Probably. What's the spiciest thing you can find in France? I think probably in the store they have piment fort, which is like strong pepper. And it's like a green pepper that's kind of like a weak jalapeno. That's the best they got here. So yeah, I didn't realize that you were in Quebec, not in France. But yeah, I've never seen molasses here. The molasses was fast in the flood because it was still relatively hot. That makes sense. It'd be much more viscous.
Less.
Much less viscous?
More
Viscosity is...
viscous means more sticky, as far as I recall.
Right.
Or well, not necessarily more sticky, but more.
Reluctant to move.
Yeah, less liquid, basically.
Right. Third time on Wikipedia. Great Canadian maple syrup heist. The maple syrup heist of the century was the theft of over several months and it took several months.
Oh, okay. but still.
2011 and 2012 of nearly 3,000 tons. 3,000 long tons.
Yeah, and if you think about
300
it,
short tons.
if you think about it, 3,000 tons, even if it's over several months, let's say 30 months, 3,000 tons.
That's a lot of maple syrup.
That's still a lot of maple syrup per month.
Especially since syrup is a reduced form of like maple juice. Maple tree juice. Valued at 18.7 million. Sheesh. Sheesh. Dude, it'll shock you how some of the highest value robberies are over things you wouldn't think are expensive. Like, I think the highest value heist in California was a multiple pistachio trucks being robbed at one. Pistachios are expensive, though.
Yeah, but I mean the thing about the maple syrup thing really that amazed me is not that somebody stole it and sold it, because I know it's expensive, but just the scale and the fact that there's literally a strategic syrup reserve to keep the price stable.
It just seems crazy that you would. I mean, like, was there corruption in the company and somebody was like profiting? Those trees, those horses are going. Zoom in on those horses. That's beautiful.
I think.
Oh.
Yeah, the animation was a bit stuck there, I think.
Oh goodness, they're really trying to get somewhere.
In the meantime, I should, no, I can't switch it to over here because now it's in the battle. Curses!
Those horses are running. The facility was operated by the Federation of Quebec Maple Syrup Producers, who represent 77% of the global maple syrup supply. Adjusted for inflation, the highest is the most valuable in Canadian history. I mean, that sounds impactful until you say Canadian history, because
shots fired.
Because here's the thing, how much crime is there in Canada? Y'all are too nice to steal things from each other.
They're always sorry about it.
Yeah, they're very sorry. Sorry about stealing that maple syrup here.
You know what? One of the streamers we worked with before, Quill 18, he's Canadian. What he always says.
Canadian, I didn't realize.
And you know what he always says? One day Canada will rule the world, and then you'll all be sorry.
Sorry, very sorry. The Quebec one. I think that each province have their own. Interesting. Okay. At least the French have a reason to be spiceless. Imagine being the British who conquered half the world specifically for the spice and still don't use it. Honestly, good point. I'm so happy that when I was in London 2 weeks ago that I got to try actually good Indian food in London, because when I was younger and I went to London, we ate really good Indian food and I was like, oh, it must be just good Indian food all over London. And then I went for the gaming event that we had, WASD, and me and Sergio, Dark Arrow, went to go get Indian food and it was kind of terrible. And I was like, this is the most tasteless, spiceless Indian food I've ever had. And it was supposed to be on this place called Brick Lane, which had a bunch of Indian food places. But then I realized this was marketed to British people. And I was like, oh.
It reminds me of a tweet I saw recently where somebody had posted a review of a place and was like, oh, we went to this Chinese place, but it was all full of Chinese and Vietnamese people, and there was not a British person inside, etc. And then the tweet was like, oh, that must be the best Chinese place in the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, I actually heard this theory that there's a video about the 3.5 stars for Chinese food in the US. If an Asian restaurant has 3.5 stars, it's a good Chinese or whatever food place, because it's got just enough people that think that it's too Asian and just enough people that think that it's quite good. That's how you tell. You can't have 5 stars because it's not Asian enough, and then if it's, I don't know. That was their metric though. But yeah, I went to Dishoom in London, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. I really can't rave enough about it. Boiled meat, boiled vegetables. Oh no, we got another pun here. The maple syrup thing was an inside job. It was high treason. Treason. Oh. No, I was writing the same story joke and Stephanie told it. Bummer deal. You gotta be quicker next time. Oh goodness.
We lost one guy so far.
Yeah, this is an epic battle currently.
I mean, they lost a little bit more than we did so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're doing okay.
Give them the business. Alright, now hide them in the bushes.
How much damage are we doing?
42 is pretty decent.
The problem is we need to fall back from this river, so now we can't get around. Let's give them a little bit of...
Use our weaklings to reinforce. I like it. Our injured troops are standing back there being like, yeah, we got this, guys. Get 'em. Ah, goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh, we only have 10 minutes left in the stream. What else can we accomplish?
Oh wait, that's actually, yeah. We should whack these guys.
First,
We're probably gonna lose a couple more people, I suspect.
can we move those troops from down below up? The healthy ones?
Was wondering if I should move them here, but I think this is probably the better one.
Yeah,
to
that
put
looks
loosely
nice.
here.
It looks spicy. Spicy. Because then...
But still should probably move these guys here so we are guaranteed to have the high ground.
Yeah. I like it. I'm liking it.
And you know, it's the end of this, and next time we can just bring these guys in
Our
as reinforcements.
Money per turn is so low.
I mean, that's partly because like half of our empire is involved in this one battle.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a really big battle.
I think that's like almost their entire army. Like they have the dudes over here.
Are those boats or are they troop boats?
Oh,
Boat boats.
those are actually boats. Ship boats.
Boat
whatever.
boats.
Boat boats. So yeah, this is
Can I get a
this is actually apart from this dude, their entire army as
Excellent.
opposed to their navy. So
yeah.
so after that we can just roll on in.
Heck yeah. I transitioned to heck halfway through that word. Watching how much you're beating the AI with the Varangians, I wonder whether I should reduce their CS a little. I don't think we're stomping them.
Well, if you compare this to this,
I mean, but our troops are almost dead. The majority of them, except for like 3 of them. You think there should have been more loss? I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. What was the total units to unit numbers? Because you have to take in strategy. We are a bit smarter than the AI potentially.
you know, I was thinking put this one up here to attack down, but no, actually.
40 is better. I mean, let's not be hasty. Dr. Kane, let's not be hasty.
And aha! We've climbed the walls.
Oh my gosh, wreck 'em.
Stab them in the back. Climb the other walls. And where are these guys? Oh,
Hey Franklin, welcome into the stream. How are you doing today?
oh, come on.
We're a bit smarter than the AI. Well, Stephanie
just
for sure.
barely.
Damn!
Oh,
Damn!
Dr. Kane, dang!
Hey!
That's revenge for thinking he's Portuguese.
Oh, okay, is that what that's for? Okay. Objectively speaking, Stephanie has way more strategy game experience than I do. If me and
That is probably
if
true,
Stephanie and I hopped into any shooter ever,
he's gonna
I
own
would
me.
destroy.
Oh yes, totally. I'm so bad at shooters.
strengths. We have different strengths.
I'm
okay?
so bad at shooters because I have when I'm playing shooters, I have like no situational awareness.
Yeah.
You can flank me so easily.
It's an interesting thing. I don't know what the skills are transferable to other than just playing shooters, but I don't know. You know.
I mean, it probably gives you good hand-eye coordination.
I will say hand-eye coordination maybe within like a foot of your face, because it's a very relatively.
I mean, of course, it's not
scope.
a specific, muscle
Right.
memory you build, but just the focus
yeah.
and also people always think, oh, shooters, it's a simple dumb action game. Most shooters have a lot of stuff going on at once.
The movement, I feel like, makes a good shooter. Really,
It's,
gunplay is very important and it needs to feel good. But
yeah,
I think
but shoot the gunplay, the movement, but also you need to keep an eye on your ammo, on your health, potentially on your shields, depending on
listening
the shooter.
is a huge thing. as
Listening,
well.
yeah, situational awareness. Potentially, depending on the shooter, you have like a bunch of grenades and extra gear that you can use.
Also, with really well-designed maps, you really have to think quite critically of your 3D space and how you can use your 3D space to gain an advantage or to create confusion, distractions, whatever. Like, that's why I really like shooters, just because it feels like you really get immersed in it. Like, I like top-down games, don't get me wrong. Like, roguelites are some of my favorites. I've really come to like strategy games from from playing them here. But yeah, I don't know. We need an endless universe shooter. That's what we need.
Okay, yes.
What about Splatoon? I've never played Splatoon. Recipe. Okay, I'll stop. Is it Dr. Kane? Is it in good fun? Is this friendly razzing? If it is, it's okay. If you're coming for me, then I won't have it. Hey, Ningao Ball. Hoi hoi. Can we go back to food?
Yeah, might be a good idea.
What is your favorite cheese? Let's talk about good things about French cuisine. Cheese.
Before you run the risk of getting fired.
Yeah, is Roman watching the stream right now? He's gonna be like, that guy doesn't like French things enough. Parmigiano Reggiano is the king of cheeses. Is it? I don't know if I agree with that. Parmesan. I had to think of how to say that in American English. Parmesan. Parmesan.
What the? Ah, damn it! They have too much money. They just printed a new army.
Oh.
It's fine.
Are they gonna fight us in our city?
Because we are currently busy printing guns.
Is this a 3D printer? Coffee is your favorite cheese. Interesting. Honestly, I think I was going to go back to Splatoon. Splatoon doesn't look like a very competitive shooter, but it looks like it requires creativity because you have to like spray paint on things to like move there, right?
I mean, I've not played it myself, but from what I heard, some people get very competitive about it because it apparently to actually.
It's on Switch though, right?
Yeah, but
I feel like any game shooter that can be played on Switch is inherently less competitive.
It's less, I think, in this case about the.
I said it.
The precise, like headshots or whatever, because it's about splattering the.
Less about aiming.
The environment, but it's more the team coordination.
Team coordination is an important part of like a team-based shooter.
Because obviously you're gonna lose if everybody is in the same corner of the map.
Yeah. Sharp provolone. Where else do they sell provolone? Is that something that it's just like another form of Swiss cheese, isn't it? What's the difference between Swiss cheese and provolone? Obviously, Swiss is called Emmental here, which I'm not sure why.
Well, because the Emmental is in Switzerland.
Oh, really? Is that a place in Switzerland?
Yeah, I think that's why the cheese is called that.
Americans just couldn't pronounce Emmental, so they're like, Swiss. It's the taste you can't miss. Objectively, the best cheese is farming IP for militarist stars. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Espresso Bellavitano. I don't drink coffee. I can't participate in this conversation because I've never tasted it. Hey, happy first day of fall. Yesterday? Was that the first day of fall? I thought September 1st is like when fall starts, right?
No, September 21st. Because September 21st is equinox.
Ah. Okay. Shooting in the face is a critical skill, but more critical in America is dunking with the face. Oh no.
What has the stream become?
Oh no. We started talking about a different genre of video game and everything went to crap. Emmental is not smoked, unlike provolone. Oh, provolone is a smoked Swiss cheese without holes. Provolone isn't Swiss, it's Italian. So it can't be a Swiss cheese because it isn't Swiss. You make a good argument there. There are still weapons that are accuracy based in Splatoon, such as the Splatana, Charger, and bows.
Wait.
I obviously know nothing about this game.
The Splatana, from the name, I'm almost
katana.
Thinking, is that a sword?
How can you have a precision-based sword? I feel like melee weapons inherently are not precision weapons. Coffee tastes a lot like cheese. Trust us.
So it's an acquired taste.
I see. Emmental and Swiss cheese are two different cheeses. If I remember correctly, Emmental was a little stronger compared to Swiss cheese. That's probably
Oh.
true.
I think it's time for us to end the stream. So we'll go out on a cliffhanger of will all of these dudes with axes and some with guns take the city? Find out not next week because we're gonna play the scenario and get our butts kicked by the AI because I am too cruel for my own good.
Heck yeah. But thank you very much, especially to Dr. Kane for making beautiful mods for this game. We really appreciate the whole modding community. And if you're interested in making mods, definitely check it out. There's modding tools that are available. What is the situation? I know that I've seen some stuff about people saying that mods got broked with
I
the last
think it might have
thing.
been fixed. I'm not sure, but I just recently talked to some of our programmers and they're definitely working on stuff for the modding tools. So
Okay. Cool.
just no precise date. Also, Dagaro, what are you doing here? I thought you had left 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't know. We got a raid though. Let's make it happen. Chat, thank you very much for being here. We love you. Take care. Have a safe weekend. Eat lots of cheese and coffee. I don't know. But we'll catch you back next Tuesday morning for another Amplitude Studios stream.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Amen.